Michigan Representative, new House Republican Conference Chair Lisa McClain of Michigan joins us. Nice to see you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Okay, put aside for a moment that this is sort of what every administration does, number one, and number two, they're going to do it. That's just the way the Constitution works. What is the plan legislatively, day one, for you guys? What is the priority for Donald Trump's agenda in the House?
Secure the border, get the economy back on track, unleash American energy, and make sure that we bring some peace and calm around the world, different than what's going on right now with the world being on fire.
So
Those are the three top priorities.
Okay, so I wrote them down, but if you think about dealing with border as number one in terms of what legislatively the House will have to do, you're going to have a slim majority, may not even have a full, it is going to be as slim as you can get, given how many Republicans Donald Trump has nominated to various jobs. What specifically on the border are Republicans in the House going to have to be willing to compromise on in order to get 60 votes in the Senate for any kind of meaningful border legislation?
Well, I don't know that we'll have to compromise. One, I think Donald Trump will have some ability to use some executive orders to close the border. Look, the American people spoke. They gave us a mandate. I know we've all heard that. But that is the biggest issue for a lot of people, is we have got to secure this border. So I think, one, if he needs to use executive action to do that, he will definitely do that. One. Two, we already have a bill over sitting in the Senate, the border bill. I think the Democrats pretty much got their lunch handed. They got their lunch handed to them. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some Democrats come over to our side in terms of border security.
You're not going to have Democratic senators vote for what was H.R. 1 that never had a chance without some kind of compromise. I think this is an important conversation because, yes, there was a mandate. And there was a mandate to get things done. And I think it's a reasonable question to say, would you be willing to compromise on a pathway to citizenship for dreamers? Is there something about having people who haven't committed a crime pay a penalty and wait in line? Some kind of protection for people who've been here illegally but are paying their taxes and haven't committed any other crime? That you all be willing to compromise on to get a bill done?
I think what you're doing is joining two issues. Immigration is different than border security. And before we talk about immigration, we have got to secure the border. So maybe there'll be some talks that once we secure the border, we can begin to talk about some immigration. But I don't see a lot of give and take right now on securing the border. That is a completely different issue than immigration, and I believe we need to keep the two separate.
Okay, so I just want to drill down on this. You think that you can get 60 votes in the Senate for a clean bill, including at least 7 Democrats, for absolute border security and to change the asylum laws and to memorialize all the executive orders without giving up anything?
That is going to be our goal, and if it doesn't work, I think the president had policies and orders in place under his last term that he did that worked, that if it doesn't work, he will institute again, because the American people are sick and tired of people coming to this country illegally. We don't care if they come here legally, but you can't come here illegally and then say, oh, hey, my bad, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So my hope is that if we can't get it through legislatively, he'll have to use some executive orders, and I think he's prepared to do that.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.